Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss our third paper of JAIIB, that is Accounting and Financial Management for Bankers, that is AFM or AFMB. In this we are going to discuss Module A, Module A of Unit 5. In this the chapter name is Trial Balance and Rectification of Errors. In this we are going to discuss how if there is an error in any entry, we have to rectify it, and in which way we are rectifying is nothing but the trial balance and rectification of errors. In this case, if there is debit is equals to credit, then there is no need of rectification, right? Okay, let's go to the concept quickly. Okay, here, what is the process of general? Wait a second. What is the process of accounting? What is the process of accounting? Okay, first, in general, we will record all type of transactions, right? We will record all type of transactions, that is general, and we will post it in a ledger. Wait, in this ledger, there will be individual accounts where we can see in the ledger. After that, we can calculate the balances of each individual accounts in this trial balance. This is the process, right? First we record the transactions and later we will separate those by their individual accounts, and after that we can check the balances. Okay. Recording transactions in general is nothing but generalizing, and also posting transactions in ledger is nothing but posting. Here in trial balance we will deal everything regarding balances, right? This is the process how the accounting is going to be done. This is posting. Okay, next move on to the next one. Here just remember everything you will get in the very clear on the next slide. That is in this slide, to make you clear, it will helps you. What is the accounting routine? This is how the accounting routine will be. First, there we will see a transaction. If we deposit or withdraw, there will it will be say as it is a transaction. After that, we will collect those documents of those transactions. We can analyze by those transactions. Later, we will give the entries. Means we can record those entries of transaction in general entry. After that, we will post to the ledger, where I said that general entry is nothing but generalizing. After we post to the ledger, the process of posting ledger is nothing but posting. Then we will prepare a trial balance which will help us to find out the rectification. If there is an error, we will find out those errors, and also these will go on to the balance sheet, that is P and L account, that is profit and loss account, cash flow, where you can find these here. So the main process is general entry. After that, post to the ledger. Then we will prepare the trial balance. Okay. If how these rectification errors we will find. Once we record the entries of transactions in general entry, later we will post to the ledger, then there must be some errors we will find between these. Means there definitely is some errors. We can't say that there is definitely. In some cases, there may be some errors will occur, which will occur in between these two. That is nothing but errors we will find out. Means by mistake we will, if we have to debit 87 rupees, in that case, if we done mistakenly 78, if we debit, there is an error, right? It is a small type of errors, right? There is a little bit error which will change the trial balance and also the balances of an account, where we are saying that this is how errors will occur between the generalizing and posting, means general entry to the ledger. Okay, In trial balance, there are two cases which you will see if debit is equals to credit and also debit not is equals to credit. You will see these two cases to prepare a trial balance, and then those will, after preparing a trial balance, if those will are correct, then it will finally move on to the right here. Finally, it move on to the final accounts. In this final accounts, there is a balance sheet and profit and loss accounts. In this, we will finally see how it is going to be done. Okay. Next, what is a trial balance? To check the accuracy of posting in a ledger, a statement is prepared. Okay. To check the accuracy of posting in a ledger, I have already told from general entry to ledger. If there is an error, then we need to prepare a. Then there is a need to prepare a trial balance, which is nothing but statement. Okay. Here to check the accuracy of posting in the ledger posting, we have to find out the accuracy, means how it is going to be, is it perfect or not. Then we will and then we will prepare a statement. That statement is called trial balance. Trial balance is nothing but a statement. Okay. If, as we already know that most of here we will see double entry system, right? In double entry system, there is a debit and also credit. If in some cases here we have to check the accuracy of whether the debit side is everything is perfect, and also in the credit side is everything perfect, and how these are going to be equal. This is nothing but double entry side is nothing but debit and credit side is. Trial balance is a statement. Okay, remember it may get you an exam. You may get as a 1 mark question also. Trial balance is a statement. Next, trial balance is of two types. The one is total method or gross trial balance, and the other one is balance method or net trial balance. In this chapter we are going to discuss net trial balance. This is the one which we are going to follow here, and we are going to discuss in this chapter. We doesn't follow this gross trial balance, we will only follow the net trial balance. Okay, next move. Okay, here you will see what are the errors, how we will find the errors, right? In errors, if there is an error, how we will find that error? If debit side is not equals to credit side, then we can say there is an error. So we can detect the error because here the debit side is not equals to credit side. To find the error is easy in this case if debit side is not equals to credit side. In some cases like here, see, in this case, here debit is equals to credit. In this case, we can't detect, right, undetected. This is nothing but undetected. Here we can't detect the error because here the debit side is equals to credit side. So we can easily feel that the balance is perfect and there is no need to check there is no need of the error. We will feel like that. But in some cases, here also there will be error. But in this case, it is tough to find out the errors if debit side is equals to credit side, because we can't detect here directly because there is equal. We can say it may be in the debit side or in the credit side. Okay, in this case it will be difficult. Okay, let's see if here debit is not equals to credit, then the extra then we will see an special account, that is suspense account. If the error is detected, then the suspense account will occur, will exit. In this, we can rectify the errors. If debit is not equals to credit, then there is a solution of two. Let's erase all this. Okay. If I will say, if simply I will say here, if how this suspense account will helps you to find out the errors. I mean, how it will helps you to rectify. Okay, if debit side is less than credit side, means here the credit balance is more, right? In this case, we will the suspense account will be here in the in this debit or credit, which has less amount. Debit has less amount, right? Debit is less than credit. So here the suspense account will be DR. In the second, here debit is not equals to credit. In this case, you only in this in the it, there will be only two cases. One is DR less than credit. In the sense, debit is less than credit or debit is greater than credit, right? Only two cases we will occur if it is not equals to. In this case, suspense account will be here the debit side is less, means here the here the debit side has more amount and the credit side is less. So here the suspense account is credit. Okay, that is one-sided error, right? Here debit is not equals to credit. In this case, this is one-sided error. It is also easy to find out, but it is here you will see it is two-sided. Two-sided error. It will be difficult to find out. Here there will be usual errors and principal errors. We will see furtherly that here there is clerical errors and also principal errors. In clerical errors, there will be errors of omission, errors of commission, and errors of compensation. Is nothing but compensation errors. Here, errors of principal. Here we will find. We will discuss on the next slides how important it is. We will deeply learn about it. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. In this, what is suspense account? As I have previously said that suspense account will come only when DR is not equals to CR. There is only two cases, that is DR less than CR, and also the second case is DR greater than CR. Here the suspense account will be, which is the less it will come into the suspense account, that is DR. In this case, the suspense account will be CR. Okay, we will read once it. It is the amount to which the amount being the difference in the trial balance is placed. Okay, there will be difference, right? Here it is, then there will be a difference. One side will be higher and the other side will be the lower. If the total debit side is short, see here, total debit side is short. Let's see. Total debit side is short. In this case, the debit side is short. Here it is less than, right? So here the suspense account will show the debit balance. So here the suspense account is DR. And if the total of credit side is short, in this case here the credit side is short. So the suspense account will show the credit balance. This is what I have told before, and also here also once again I am recapping you. In if here it is 10,000 less than 15,000, then suspense account is DR in the sense of, okay. Next, move on to the next slide. Here, what are the features and purposes of trial balance? It is a list of debit and credit balance drawn from ledger. I have already said that general entry to ledger. From this we will prepare trial balance, right? So it is a list of debit and credit. The trial balance will always deals with balances, okay? Debit and credit balance drawn from the ledger. It includes cash and bank balances. Means in trial balance, there is a both of bank balances and cash balances. In the sense, cash transactions is nothing but receipts, payments, debit, credit, everything will be in the trial balances. Its main purpose is to establish arithmetical accuracy of transactions recorded in the books of account. That is not, it is nothing but trial balance is useful to arithmetic accuracy of transactions. Okay. Next, it is usually prepared at the end of the year. It will be prepared at end of the year, but it can also be prepared anytime. as and when required. So it can be prepared monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and also yearly. Whenever we need trial balance, we can prepare it. And the next one is it enables trader to know amounts receivable from customers and amounts payable to suppliers. It facilitates the preparation of final accounts. This trial balance will help us to prepare the final accounts, which is nothing but we will see in that balance sheet and also P and L account. Okay, next move to the next topic. Here, what are the types of errors? I have already previously discussed about this, but here is a quick view. Okay, clerical errors. What are the clerical errors? There will be errors of omission, errors of commission, compensation error. And the another one is errors of principle. In errors of principle, there is no effect on the trial balance because here nothing to find out the error. So it doesn't show any effect on the trial balance. Okay. But in errors of emission, there is two types of emissions, that is complete emission and partial emission. In complete emission, there is no effect on trial balance because in debit side and credit side, some entry hasn't been done in the debit side, and also in the credit side that hasn't been done. So there is a complete omission of that. Okay, if we have to debit something from the sales account or sales book, but due to the error we mistakenly have debited that account from another account, purchased account. Okay, if this doesn't happen, if you doesn't deduct any amount from sales account or debit from sales account or purchased account, because that, for take an example of 500, this 500 transaction is completely omitted, means it doesn't debiting from any sales account or purchased account, means this 500 has been completely omitted. So if it is omitted, then there will be no effect on trial balance rate because it has been completely omitted, means there is no effect of debit and credit. So for complete omission there is no effect on trial balance, but in partial omission means we have mistakenly done to the another, then there will be effect of trial balance. Okay, next one is errors of commission. Commission in the sense, if you have to debit 500 from sales account but in mistakenly you have debited 50 rupees, then there is a difference of 450 rupees, right, which we can say of errors of commission. In this there is a difference of 450 which will affect the trial balance. The next one is compensating error. Compensating error in the sense we have mistakenly which debited from the wrong side, and also we have done something wrong side on the other side. Then there is a compensation of these two which will compensate it. So there is no effect on the trial balance. Okay, this is how. Next, effect of principal. Here also same case. So here doesn't need to, there is should not be any effect on the trial balance. Okay, let's move on to the next question. First, what is errors of commission? It is nothing but when an error is committed in recording a transaction with wrong amount or posting to wrong side of account is called error of commission. As I have already said that if 500 has been debited, if we have to debit 500, we mistakenly debited 50 instead of 500, then it is nothing but the errors of commission. Next one is errors of omission. What is error of omission? We have doesn't there are two types. One is complete and the second one is partial. In this case, we a transaction is not recorded, means we completely omitted a transaction. That is an error of omission. Okay. Next, what are the examples comes under error of commission? That is posting of current amount but on the wrong side. Means 500 is debited but this has been posted on the wrong side. In the sense, if we have debited in the sales account instead of a purchase account, it is one of the examples of errors of commission. Next, posting of wrong amount but on the correct side. Like I have said you before, 500 rupees instead we have debited 50 instead of 500 rupees. That is error of commission. Next, posting of a wrong amount on the wrong side of an account. Okay. Totaling error in a subsidy book, that is purchase general, sales general, returns general, or totaling error in any ledger account. Okay, hope you understand this. A mistake committed in balancing of ledger account. This is also error of commission. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What is next? Error of compensation. When one mistake nullifies the wrong effects of another. Means if by mistake I have debited 500 in the sales account, mistakenly in the if it is in the debit side or in the credit side, mistakenly I done the same thing in the another side. If it is debited, I have done the same mistake in the credited, which nullifies these both, right? That is when one mistake nullifies the wrong effects of another. Okay, next one. We have done error of omission, which completely a transaction is eliminated. Next, error of commission. When we mistakenly debited um, some other amount, wrong amount. Next, error of compensation is nothing but which nullifies the wrong effect. And the last one is error of principle. When errors are committed during recording of a transaction and it violates any accounting principle, if it violates any accounting principle, it comes under errors of principle. Okay. Next one. What is suspense account and rectification? We have previously seen that suspense account, this is a quick view. After preparation of a trial balance, if there is a difference, it may be temporarily transferred to a new account called suspense account. Means rectification account is nothing but rectification account. They may give in the question, please find out the rectification of this error. I mean of this transaction. Then we temporarily move on this error. I mean those amount that those difference to a temporarily transfers to the suspense account. That is nothing but suspense. During the course of checking or audit, some one-sided errors may be found. As I have said you that now to rectify these one-sided errors, account can be suspense account. As the difference is transferred to suspense account. Here we will transfer the account to the suspense account. We will see an example for that. Now to rectify, if the trial balance debit side is more, then the difference will be put to the suspense account on the here the debit side is more. In this case, the debit side is more. We will move on the suspense account on the credit side. As I previously said you, which side will be the less, then the suspense account will be moved on to the that side. On the other hand, if credit side is more, in this case the debit side will be less, right? Here, so the suspense account will be on the debit side. At the time of preparation of final accounts, if any balance remains in suspense account, then it will be shown in the balance sheet of the asset side if difference is debit, or on the liability side if difference is credit. If some balance is left over in the suspense account, okay, as we have transferred some amount in the suspense account to balance the trial balance, then this amount will be shown in the balance sheet, which if the difference is debit, then it will be in the asset side. If the difference is the credit, then it will be shown in the liability side. Okay. DR, debit side is nothing but asset side of balance sheet. Credit is nothing but the liability of balance sheet. Okay. Hope everyone understood this. Next, move on to the next one. Here, suspense account and some questions are here. Sales book overcast by 600. As I have said you that here some error will occur. We will move on to the some unknown account, that is nothing but the suspense account. Here you will see I have already told you that there sales book overcast. So here you will get sales book, which is nothing but sales account. And also we will move on to the some suspense account, that is suspense account. But what is the DR and what is the CR? In the sense, what is the debit side, what is the credit side? Here overcast means extra amount overcast by 600. Sales book, sales account having extra amount means plus of 600. Okay. So sales book having more amount. So here to the suspense account, sales, here sales having more amount. So we have to move that more amount of 600 plus 600 of sales amount to the suspense account, to suspense account. How much we are moving? Here it is 600. What is DR and what is CR? Here sales book is moving to the suspense account. So here we are moving. So here it is sales is the debit account and suspense account is the credit account here. Because here sales having more amount and we are moving it to the suspense account which having more and we are moving the 600 which will go on to the debit side. Next, sales undercast by 600. In this case, undercast in the sense sales book having less amount of 600, that is minus 600. So in this case, we have to move some amount to the sales account. Here from suspense account to we are moving to the sales account. Here moving from suspense to sales. So we're moving from suspense account. So here DR is suspense account of 600 and sales account is here of 600. Okay, from which account we are moving is nothing but the debit side as we are um, transferring this amount to some other account. So that is debit side. Here sales having less amount, so we have to put some amount. We have to keep some amount 600 in the sales account. So we are depositing the 600. Okay, crediting that amount. So in sales account we are crediting that 600 and in suspense account we are debiting that 600. Hope everyone understood these sessions. If you have any query, any doubt regarding any subject, then please DM or message us in Telegram channel, that is JAIIB Boosters. If you have any query, you can please message us there. We will clarify your doubts. And also if you need any materials and quizzes, please join us on Telegram channel JAIIB Boosters. You will find there and you will get the clarity over there. Okay. Okay guys. Okay guys, that's it for this session. If you like this session and you understood these trial balance and rectification of errors and the suspense account and the errors of omission, commission, principal and also compensation error. If you understand all these concepts, please subscribe our YouTube channel JAIIB Boosters. If you need material, join our Telegram channel. And if you feel that this session is very helpful you to, please like the session and also share with your friends and colleagues. That's it for today. Thank you everyone. Bye.